Alright guys, so welcome to this new unboxing video. This unboxing video we'll be finally taking a look at finding a new expensive product. Yes, a new phone actually, and this time the HTC 10. I also unboxed the HTC One M7 and M8. The M8's right here. But never got my hands on an M9 because I didn't really like the phone. Never really, well, think much about it. So I just had to wait because I was so satisfied with the M8 that I had to see what's around the corner, and I just saw the HTC 10 came out and then thought, well, new screen, camera, battery, design, fingerprint reader, and I thought, well, let me just try it out. So I bought it to, well, replace the M8 that I had for now soon 2 years, which is impressive. Now this fall it's gonna actually be 2 years. So yeah, so you can see in front of here we got the Nexus 5 and a HTC One M8 just for comparisons. This one has a D brand skin on it, so it looks pretty dope. You can get D brand skins for pretty much all phones today, so pretty much. You can also get D brand skin for this. Even around the box it says just a simple round specifications. So it has a Snapdragon 820 processor, it has a Adreno 530 GPU, you get 4 gigs of RAM in this thing, you get 5.2 inch quad HD display, that's a 2560 by 1440, or actually reverse that around, 1440 by 2560. You get 12 megapixel camera with a f1.8 aperture and laser focus with image stabilization, of course, well, thankfully. You also get a selfie camera, 5 megapixel selfie camera, also with a f1.8 and image stabilization. This is the first for any smartphones to have image stabilization on the selfie cam. You get the HTC Boom Sound again, and with Dolby audio. You got high-res audio, so it's with 24-bit audio out of this thing, which is pretty cool. You get all the Wi-Fi support you need, A, B, G, and AC, so that's pretty cool. You got some 4G of course, and the NFC fingerprint scanner, Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 and USB-C. So, and the quick charge is already included in the package, so that's cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it of the outside of the box. This model is the one of the first, so it's made in Taiwan. Let me just unbox this, and I've been here inside here just to take a quick peek earlier on. But let's just get this phone out of here first, so we can take a look at the accessories. This is what I like about the box of the HTC One, or HTC One, there you go, first mistake there. HTC 10 is that they have compartments for every, well, bits of the phone, so that's pretty cool. So you got one compartment here for the quick charger and the USB-C charging cable, which you're actually going to take out because you need those, or you probably do not have a USB-C cable laying around, so that's important to have. In here you got some users manuals and warranty guides and stuff, and the SIM card removal tool right there. And in here you got the high-res audio earbuds included. These are excellent earbuds. These are way better than any other earbuds you could get with any phone. So you Apple lovers out there who love the Apple earbuds, well, you now get competition. And they got a cat here that wants attention. So let's take a look at the phone itself. So it has this plastic around it, of course. All phones have plastic around them. So world's first image stabilization front and back with new ultra pixel cameras. Well, they're not really good in low light, none of them, but they're doing an alright job. The main camera is much better than the previous generation of HTC phones. That's cool. Up to 2 days battery life. You can promise you can go even further than that, but then you hardly never use the phone. I went 3 days on my M8 once, so that was pretty impressive. HTC Boom Sound Hi-Fi Edition and high-res audio earphones. Well, the Hi-Fi Edition Boom Sound means, well, you got a tweeter and a subwoofer down here. Works pretty good, but it is nothing like the front-facing boom sounds of the M8. And here we go, it says that the next generation ultra vivid 2K display. Well, it's not the next generation, some phones have had this for quite a long time now. So, and you get the fingerprint scanner right here, and the power key, actually, that's an interesting way to pronounce that. So that's a power button right here. And at the back it says where to install your SIM card and your SD card. So the SIM card is installed where the volume button is, and the SD card is installed on the other side here. So let me just rip off this plastic here and get to the phone itself. This is pretty exciting. This is the first time I get my hands on this color HTC One, or HTC One, there we go, once again. The HTC 10. There we go, I got a little moisture on my hands here, so let's just apologize for that. So there's the color, it looks pretty good compared to, well, the last gray phone from HTC. Well, this is pretty much same thing. You can see the difference, not big of a change in when it comes to design differences. This I think has 2 cameras, but that's pretty much the only thing. The little repositioned flash, and this has a laser focus right there. So, but it's on the front that everything just changes because the front of the 10 has well, 1 speaker and the fingerprint scanner, but this has dual speakers. Another thing is this fingerprint scanner doubles as a home button. So let me turn on this. There you go. It says HTC on display there, and Android. But you can already see now this is a lot sharper than the old M8. Even though the M8 has a really good display, 1080p on that kind of a size is still a very, very good resolution. There's still phones rolling out with even lower resolution than 720, so it's well, on cheap phones of course. So it's turning on right now. The first boot up is a bit slow. So at the side here, just above the power button, is a volume rocker. It actually has proper clicks. These buttons feel excellent. Here's that SIM card tray as I talked about earlier, and you got the headphone jack on the top this time, which I personally do not like. And at this side you got the micro SD expansion right here. And at the bottom you got the bottom firing subwoofer and the micro USB-C connector right here with the microphone right there. This is the microphone at the back here for noise cancellation in phone calls and stereo recording at, well, video recordings. So Android is starting up and optimizing app 5 of 61. So I believe I just have to give that some time to boot up, and I will be right back. Alright, so we're back. The phone has now finally booted up. It took about 2 minutes. Well, I'm gonna set up the phone. I'm gonna set it to English United States because of, well, I like the phone English, but I'm gonna set everything else to Norwegian afterwards, like currency and time and stuff, so it's, well, shows up right like it should. So it says here, yes, use mobile data. I'm gonna also connect to the Wi-Fi here. This is the thing about this new keyboard on the HTC 10 that I do not like compared to my old M8. So you can press here the number pad. You can see how the numbers are placed. I don't like that. I like the number row on top here, but still, instead it's like this area down here. I believe that's Android, the standard Android feature. So I'm gonna connect here. I got a fiber optic internet here, so it should be pretty quick, this phone on the internet. So yes, I'm gonna use that. And I do not believe I'm gonna log in with my Google account right now, just because it will just, well, get every app and stuff that I had on my old one just installed now, and then gonna take a long time. So I'm gonna skip that for now and go straight through. Yes, I'm gonna improve accuracy. Yes, I'm gonna leave all these on because I like to give information about how the phone is working. So the time is actually correct, and see here, time zone, it's probably correct. Alright, so set up fingerprint. This is awesome. So I'm gonna set up a pin code that I can require pin code to start device, and no need that. So I have to start in the pin code to actually set up the fingerprint. So I'm gonna do that now. Next. Okay, and I'm gonna show all notification content because I'm pretty tired of having to unlock the phone to see who sent me a message and who sent me a snap. So there you go, add fingerprint. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna put on my fingerprint here. Look how fast that goes, that's impressive. It's so fast. It's really, really fast. So I'm gonna name this phone HTC 10. I'm gonna share. No, I'm not gonna share. Not share my usable. No, use that. No, I have to use that. So, setting up, and this is why this is really, really fast setup on this phone compared to many other phones. It's like so easy. Another phone that actually, or another phone brand that is easy to set up is also Huawei. Actually, new phones, but those are excellent. So you got a notification here to transfer or restore your content. So, but I'm gonna do that later. So this phone is finally booted up. Let's see if that brightness is on max here, and it was not. There we go. That's maximum brightness. Looks way sharper, much better now. Viewing angle on this, it's pretty good actually. Yeah, not too bad at all. So everything else looks like HTC. I'm gonna set this to be alphabetic because I like that. I do not like when it's hidden in folders and stuff. So it's pretty much a HTC app drawer, and you can see the back button here and the multitask button there. So you can see that I already set up a folder here with all the Google apps pretty much well installed. And Facebook is already installed along with Messenger and Instagram, so that's cool. It's nice to see that they have actually included that. I can guarantee you that this phone now has a waiting update for the camera, because this phone is pretty old. I ordered it for a long time ago and finally picked it up now, so it's almost 2 months ago. Actually 1.5 months ago. I do not believe I can install any apps without logging into my Google account, so I couldn't try speed test, but everything else will come with another video with comparison and stuff with other Android phones that you probably have. And there are no updates. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna set that there, and auto download system updates. There we go. Update over Wi-Fi only. So the camera app is a little bit weird on this compared to the HTC M8. See here. Put up the camera. You can see this is the how the the camera app on the HTC One M8 is. So there you go, focus. You can see how this pretty easy laid out. It's pretty simple. You got photo modes here, so you can set what kind of photo mode you want, and you got the video mode here, so what kind of video mode. And that actually has full HD or fast HD, and which means you got 60 FPS HD recording. So this is really, really smooth. And that's really actually works really decent on this phone. But the thing that the HTC 10 lacks is that 60 FPS video, so that's unfortunate. But that's something that could probably be fixed with a system update or a camera update. So you get ISO settings 1600 here. You get white balance. You get how bright you want the picture to be, so exposure. And you got different other settings of where they save the camera, save the clips, and what kind of video quality and stuff. So it's pretty easy and laid out software. And the way to enter this camera, if you want to use the gesture entering the camera, is to put it on the side and push the volume button. I don't have that activated right now because I felt that was pretty irritating sometimes when I was adjusting the volume on my Spotify or music, and I activated the camera, so didn't really get that this phone. But on this thing here, you can actually have the phone off, and you can swipe down two times and go to the side, and your camera is booted up. And it's really fast. So you can take a picture. So it's really fast to take pictures, and it's really clear. Man, that image stabilization is excellent. Another thing is that selfie camera is great on this phone. Look at that, it's sharp, it's nice. Look how stable the video is. I'm holding this phone in my hand, and so goddamn stable. Look at that lens, how that lens look in this. See, my camera can focus on my phone here. No, I didn't really do that, so I'm gonna try to set, see if it can focus. Come on there, camera. Here we go. Well, at least it's trying. So yeah, you can see it. So you can see how wide, it's a pretty wide angle lens on it. It's pretty interesting setup on this, but it's still a very good camera. And it's really sharp image in this thing, and we're really impressed. Much better than the old HTC M8. So I'm gonna start up the camera app on this. Man, this phone has gotten so slow. So, start up the camera app on my... Just gonna swipe to the side on this thing, and there you go. Look how gray the M8 looks compared to my to the 10. It's like they have the same kind of, well, actually it's the front-facing camera on the 10 actually captures more of the image than the M8 does. So that's pretty cool. Also much more detailed, much more steady, because this doesn't have any stabilization. This does, and it's actually doing a pretty good job. So yeah, that's a big thumbs up there for the front-facing camera on the 10, and it does a pretty good job. We also got a timer, so you can just oh wow, capture, there you go. Takes a really sharp picture, because, you know, so you can see, I can even zoom in on this picture and it still looks sharp. Man, this selfie camera is actually almost better than the well, normal camera on the M8. So that's interesting. It's a pretty cool camera right there. So yeah, it's a good camera. You also got video mode here, so you go there, and there you got video mode, and you can go in here to set it to quality and 4K. There you go. And high-res audio, you can turn that on, and then it films at MKV file formats. So that's but I'm gonna let that stay on for now. Selfie camera, selfie video. Selfie video looks like this, and that's pretty good. Is that autofocus on a front-facing camera? Wow, that's an autofocus on the front-facing camera. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so great camera on this thing, and well, that's not much has to be said. The speaker sounds, well, decent on this. As I said, nothing can compare to the speakers on the M8, but let me just swap in my memory card in this phone to see just how well the speakers serve, because I have some music on my memory card. So let's see how the speakers work, because you have this setting here with theater mode and music mode with the internal speakers. So get up to my 64 gig SD card here, just because, well, 64 gigs is, well, it's pretty much a sweet spot for me. I actually have filled that up quite a lot of times actually earlier on. And this is the SD card tray with some metal backing in here. It's interesting. Yeah, swap in this card right here, slide it back in, and that's pretty much, that's the wrong way. There you go. The phone should recognize it. And it did. So I can probably enter my music app, which is Google Music. I'll play music on this thing. Because, well, HTC has gone away from all the HTC apps. So the HTC Music app is gone. The HTC Gallery app is gone. Every HTC app is gone, so everything is now Google on this. So it's almost a Nexus device with a little HTC skin on it. So it's actually not that bad, actually. So for some reason it will not detect my music. So does it have a file manager? It does not have a file manager. That's interesting. So it does recognize the storage. Yeah, here's the SD card right there. Oh, there you go. It's a, well, built-in file manager. That's cool. So you can go to music right here, and here's all my music. See if we can get some music going on here. I don't know which song to play here. So. Yeah, nothing like the built-in speakers on the M8, but still way better than many other phones out there, so it's a much cleaner sound. For some reason, I do not know why Google Music would not pick up my, well, oh, there you go, accept, oh, that's weird, that's really weird. My library, what? Connect your music, copy music to your phone via USB cable. Yes, I do have music on my phone. For some reason it does not detect it. For probably you can just go into Play Store. I believe if you do a search, there you go. Do I have to log in? Alright, so I'm gonna log in with my email here. I'm gonna set 2 keyboards. I'm gonna have English and Norwegian. Oh, there you go. Yes, I was probably blind. So there you go. I can set here. I can go to English or Norwegian right there. So it's really great. This keyboard actually. The normal keyboard is really good. So I'm gonna go with my password here and enter that. And probably gonna get a notification on my phone here that I have to enter a Google. There you go. Google code, which is just a one-time code for. There we go. Accept. Checking info. For hopefully won't restore my data here. So yes, automatically backup device. Yes, please. So there we go. We are in the phone and it's my apps. And yeah, there you go. It's already updating. So oh, look at this: HTC Clock, HTC Connect, HTC Help, HTC Sense Home. There's like a lot of apps on this that are still HTC. But one thing I do wonder is HTC Music. If I can install the app, and I cannot. So that's unfortunate. But I can install the N7 music player that I normally use. There's the HTC File Manager. I'm gonna install that one because I actually love that one. And well, there's the N7 music player right there. HTC. There's a lot of HTC apps here. I wonder if I can get the HTC gallery here. So this here, gallery, and I cannot for some reason. Alright, so I cannot get that, so I have to keep using Google Photos, which is, well, alright. And not the thing I want, but you know, it's how you have to do it. So, actually, it's working fast, this phone. It's doing a really good job of installing everything here really fast. So, go to speed test and see if you can get that app down. There you go. Accept. So it's now installing all the apps I need. This is gonna take a while. Thing is, when I hold the phone, I can feel it heating up really badly. It's getting very warm to the touch. But this is an aluminum phone as well, so bear that in mind. This thing, when you use quick charge on this, man, this thing gets hot. This one gets warm to the touch. This one just gets slightly hotter. But this thing gets like proper heat generating through the metal, so it's almost that I want to like disconnect the charger because it gets so hot. And look, it found some music. Alright, so that's cool. So I can go in here and find something to play. It has decent sound out of it, so you can see if you can get some. So let's see the different sound modes here, how those affect the difference. Oh yes, boosted the treble and boosted the bass on the music mode, but boosted the vocal sounds when it says the theater mode. Actually, it does sound pretty decent. It's not, as I said, it's way better than anything else out there on the market. So let me run a speed test here, even though it's still restoring apps here. So let's check how that handles, well, speed still. So I'm running through a very bad router, and I'm getting 155 megabits. Yeah, that's a pretty good Wi-Fi antenna on this thing, and upload speed was way up in 200s there, but now it's 166. Wow, 168 upload, so that's pretty good. So that's actually really good connection on this phone. It's way better than my M8. So good antenna and good, well, good Wi-Fi card in this thing. So or network card. So this is pretty much it of what I can show you right now of the HTC 10. I will probably release a new video when I've gotten some more, thoughts about it, how it works, and just to give him better, well, impression of how this phone is. But the first impression from me is really good. The only thing that this lacks is those goddamn speakers, but it still sounds pretty decent. Way better than any other phones out there, so as I said, so. Way better screen though than the HTC One M8, so that's a good upgrade right there, and it's also a little bit bigger, so. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, and feel free to give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for more content from me, and well, I'm out. Thanks for watching.